go. This is a picture of our carnivore ancestors, our paleo ancestors, keto ancestors, whatever you want to call them. Here's what they are. And this is where we came from. We were hunter-gatherers, and we're talking today about how to embrace that. And then ultimately, we're going to get into the Carnivore Challenge, a 7-day program that's really going to be a total body reset. And just imagine yourself just healthier 7 days. Just give us 7 days on this program, and you're going to get some amazing results. And on the screen there, you see the wonderful Carrington Beecham, our lead health coach, and Ashley Swanson, our lead nutritionist. There they are. And they're going to help guide us through all this commentary and really, really get some fantastic information for you and really change some lives today. Now, this gentleman came to see me years ago, and obviously he's markedly overweight. In fact, he was over 500 pounds, and he came to see me because he needed to be cleared for gastric bypass surgery. And I said, you're at high risk for gastric bypass. Bad things can happen to you. You know that. I know that. The surgeons know it. The anesthesiologists know it. Everyone knows it. But go ahead and do it. There's nothing I can do as a cardiologist to make this surgery easier or safer for you. It's high risk. I said, but before you go, I want to write down some stuff that I've been following. And I wrote down these foods that I've been following, this paleo lifestyle, paleo foods. And I didn't really think much of it until 3 years later. He sends me this picture, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about him as we go along, but this is a total success story. So stay till the end where you see the transformation of this gentleman here and the transformation of what you're going to get. Now, I got my health coaches here, right, ladies? I mean, we see so many people that are like this, and whether it's the joke of struggling to put on your jeans or having to buy new clothes, bigger clothes. Don't you think that we need to shake things up a little bit?
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to find people that aren't concerned about this and aren't concerned about their weight. And it's definitely something that people seek out health coaches and nutritionists for.
Yes, and we have so much success in our office. Our health coaches, going through nutrition, going through lifestyle, going through supplements, we're getting great results. Because this is the goal. This is what we want. This is what everybody wants. We want to age gracefully and age healthy, and we want to be able to be outdoors and feel good and have energy and life and vitality. Yet so many people don't have that. They're struggling with this instead of this. But this is what the program can offer you. This is what we can do to help you here. And again, I'm Dr. Jack Wolfson. I'm a board-certified cardiologist. I've been in practice for over 17 years, and I have been I was part of the largest group in Arizona for 10 years. I was the director of cardiac rehab, the director of internal medicine, cardiology, and I left all that to do things the right way. And here I am to make this presentation for you. I think my health coach has dropped off here. Hopefully we'll be able to get them back on. Now, just so you know, again, this presentation is for informational purposes only. Please discuss any changes in your healthcare plan with your doctor, and the information is not intended to prevent, diagnose, treat, or cure any disease. So with all the legalese out of the way, let's keep rolling here. What is your main health concern? What are you concerned with today? And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the poll section here, and I'm going to launch this poll. So you're all going to get this when you're on here. And go ahead and take a look here. And attendees are now viewing the questions. What is your main health concern? So go ahead and take your time, figure this out. Is it weight? Is it being overweight? Do you feel fatigue, low energy? Now listen, we don't know who's saying what, so this isn't gonna be, once again, we're not gonna publicize what your particular issue was. But people are coming in, certainly weight, fatigue, and low energy is a major problem. Of course, we have a lot of people here that are interested in heart disease. But I got to tell you, fatigue and low energy, this is going to be solved by the program that we're talking about. This will be solved, at least for the short term, in the 1 week paleo challenge. So you're going, 1 week carnivore challenge, you're going to love it for sure. So go ahead and keep voting. We got a couple people left to vote. And Yes, someone said all of them. No doubt, all of them is a major problem. No one on this seminar webinar is concerned about cancer. I think I only gave you one opportunity to vote, so maybe cancer isn't the biggest thing here, but certainly heart disease and feeling fatigued and stuff like that is definitely a problem. Okay, all right. And I'm sorry my health coach has dropped off. Hope it's nothing that I said. I doubt it. But okay, I'm going to end the polling right now. We've got 69% of the people that have voted, and clearly the winner is fatigue and low energy, followed up by heart disease, and then just about tied are overweight and dementia. Okay, we ended the polling here, and then I'll share the results with you so you'll have that here and you can see where we are at. Attendees are now viewing the poll results. So there we go with that. So, when your main health concern are things like fatigue, low energy, these are all things that we're going to help to solve as we go along. Now, there are so many diets that are out there. Which one is the best one? And do we have to tell a lion or a tiger what to eat? Do we have to tell a giraffe or a rabbit what to eat? They just know. Why is there so much debate amongst the humans? Why is there so much argument that we all have? And, I want to tell you that when I was a cardiology fellow, and I saw two titans in the nutrition space debate at the American College of Cardiology meetings. And I saw Dean Ornish of low-fat fame go against Robert Atkins of low-carb fame. And I walked out of there with a really fantastic understanding of where I wanted to fall on the nutrition spectrum, and that is on the low carb side. Now, there's so many different diets that are out there. The 41 easiest diets. Can you imagine there's 41 different diets? And of course, there's 4,100 different diets. There's so many different things and so many different diets that people have, and it's really just crazy. What diets have you tried? Let's do another quick poll here, and let's do what diets have you tried in the past? And we are going to go to the next question here. What diets have you tried? And go ahead and give us a response here. Let's keep this fun. Let's keep this interactive, and we're going to get some fancy. So people are starting to vote, and I didn't put something like other on here, but anybody tried the chocolate chip? Someone did try the chocolate chip cookie diet. Yes. There's diets for everything, right? There's the grapefruit diet. There's the cabbage soup diet. Of course, a lot of people in my tribe, they've done paleo, a lot of people keto. We've even had a quarter of the people say that they've gone vegan for a while, and certainly for most people listening, they're all aware of the low-fat craze back in the 70s and 80s. It was all about low fat, low fat, low fat. Well, high fat is coming back, and today, again, we're going to be talking about carnivore, and I'll be explaining what carnivore is. Again, safe, easy, effective. We're getting results. Really, really tremendous stuff here. So I'm going to go ahead and end the polling on this. You can see where people were. We're going to get the share results. So you can see here, what diets have you tried and all these different things here. Of course, most people have tried many different diets. Even two people tried the chocolate chip cookie diet. I hope it went well for you. I doubt that it did. Okay. All right. So we're going to talk about carnivore diet. Can you imagine a cardiologist is talking about carnivore? Can you imagine that a doctor is talking about carnivore? Well, it gets a lot more juicy than these. It gets a lot more effective. It gets a lot more involved than just the meat cuts that you see here on the screen. We're going to talk a lot more into it. But again, carnivore literally means meat eater. From the Latin words, for meat and to devour, so it's one who devours meat. And there's different definitions of carnivore, but essentially a carnivore is pretty much defined as an animal species that eats more than 70% meat. That would be something that's a carnivore. And then of course there's different iterations in there. And of course we have omnivores that eat plants and they eat animals. And then we've got vegans. And there you go with that. So I think I have my team back here. Carrington and Ashley are back into the conversation. We're back. Hello.
Hi, sorry about that.
All right, no worries. We're all trying our best here. The good news is we're not so great with the tech department type stuff, despite all the different help that we get, but we're really darn good at healthy life and information. So there you go. Okay, so I first really became aware of carnivore when I read this book by a gastroenterologist, a medical doctor by the name of Walter Vogelin. And Vogelin said back in the day that we are more like the carnivore animals. We're closer to the wolves and to the lions and the tigers than we are to the cows and the ruminants. And even the cows and the ruminants eat insects. And he says this in the mid-90s. And essentially he says 2/3 and up animal products, and then he revised later on to include a lot more seafood. And what he found is that he studied ancient societies, he read a lot of the literature, he saw what, as he traveled around the world, he saw different explorers, Johansen and others, that were living on animal-based diets, and they were doing it for years and years and years, and they had no vitamin and mineral deficiencies and no obvious signs of dental issues, no health issues. He saw very healthy people in the world, and it was a very exciting book for me to read to really gain some insight as to what's going on. And Carrington, maybe just give me share with me about about a patient that we have put on carnivore that you've seen with carnivore with low carb. Really, where do you see carnivore taking a role here?
Well, I see it as sort of the next level in therapeutic kind of diet strategy because, for example, I had a patient, her name's Jen, and she had SIBO and severe leaky gut, a lot of autoimmune stuff going on. And these kind of people I would treat with, maybe paleo or versions of paleo that are for autoimmune, like the autoimmune protocol or GAPS. And every time we would kind of get further, meaning we would have success with those kind of diets, and we went to reintroduce back some starches and things like that to re-flourish the gut biome, she would massively decline and could not tolerate it. And so finally I was like, let's just go straight carnivore. Like, let's not mess with all of this and let's just heal. Like, and we did that. And she, it was kind of an experiment at the time because from my understanding and my background, I was like, well, this is crazy, but this is what this is what her body was telling us. I mean, at the time, her inflammation markers were really high, leaky gut markers were really elevated. And so we just did it. And we went in and we did strict carnivore with some fasting, and all of her inflammatory markers went down, all her food sensitivities began to heal, her autoimmune markers went down, her antibodies to all of these foods that were, causing leaky gut, her zonulin, antiactin, all of this started massively improving. And it was definitely exciting for me as a coach to see that I've always believed that food is medicine, and so being able to use it in a strategic way to help lower these markers is really, really exciting and effective. And so I think probably people feel like it's crazy and it's like kind of, oh my gosh, this is so extreme. But sometimes you have to go that restrictive to really kind of help the body recover from this giant autoimmune response that it's doing every day for the foods that are coming in.
No doubt, no doubt. And like you said, I mean, so obviously there's a lot of benefits for people with inflammation, with energy, with fatigue. And then this is just a small sampling of what the evidence-based literature says that your health and low carbohydrate nutrition, and clearly carnivore would have to be to be low carbohydrate. And we're going to get to what's on carnivore, what's not on carnivore. But we have a lot of data about low carb nutrition, and once again, as we go to higher fat, higher proteins, lower carbohydrates, we see improvements in cholesterol and the other lipids. We see improvements in blood sugar and insulin and other different markers regarding metabolics. People lose weight, they lower blood pressure. There's evidence that shows that low carb is anti-cancer because carbohydrates and sugar feed cancer, and that's in the literature as well. And then we can improve brain function and possibly anti-dementia, which is totally cool. And then finally, low carb is proven to raise testosterone, so that's cool as well. Okay, so let's take, I'm going to say kind of what's on our carnivore plan, and then Ashley, our nutritionist, maybe you can kind of make some comments here. Meat, organ and muscles, free range, grass fed. Ashley, tell me some of the stuff and tell our people why eating organs is so important here.
Yes, can you see our face too? We wanted to ask.
I can't see your face. I
think you have to invite us again. I don't know if you know how to do that.
I tried, and it's not even asking me if I can invite you.
Okay, no problem.
Well, no problem. Well, why we love organ meats, and we have a organ meat supplement as well, is that it's rich in all those fat-soluble vitamins. So it's like the most nutrient-dense cut of meat that you can get, like vitamins A, D, K, they're all really abundant in there. And same with like really heart healthy antioxidants like coenzyme Q10 and other kind of things that boost up the cellular function of the heart. So we love organ meats for heart health and actually just, total health and disease prevention.
Okay, and then when we talk about the 7-day carnivore challenge, and we're going to get to that in a little bit. There's your video. Okay, good. All right. So when we talk about the 7-day plan, we're going to include a recipe in there where people actually can blend up the organs. And a recipe for that, and then you dehydrate it, or you can put it on like a low bake, and it becomes a lot more palatable for most people to get the organs into the diet. Next on the list, of course, but is not second, and me personally, when I go carnivore, I like to go pretty heavy on the seafood side. And again, inside of our private group that we're going to talk about in a little bit here, inside of the private group, we're going to have all the different recipes. We're going to have all the different places where you can get this food as you prepare for this. Because again, we're going to be launching a 7-day program, and it's going to be coming up. We're going to be talking about that. But we're going to go heavy on the wild or sustainably raised seafood. Ashley, tell me what seafoods are going to be on this plan.
Well, we like fatty fish, so salmon, sardines, mackerel. Fatty fish, smaller fish, they're going to be high in omega-3 fatty acids, which we love, anti-inflammatory, helps to heal all sorts of things. But also they're going to be lower in toxins. So those are our favorites for that.
Very good. And on this, we're going to allow shellfish, and even if you did tuna in this 7-day period of what we're talking about, there's certainly no problem with you doing tuna, unless you are known to be toxic in metals, certainly in mercury, and overtly symptomatic. But otherwise, everybody else, if you have tuna laying around the house, or you get fresh tuna, or you get sushi grade tuna, I'm cool with that. What do you guys think?
Yeah, or sardines can make a tuna alternative. There's
or
lots
canned
of
salmon.
Yeah.
And when we, in our private Facebook group, we've got links about the canned salmon that we use, and also the sardines. And we're going to ask people on this carnivore challenge to do those packed in water. So we're going to avoid how they're typically, certainly we don't want them eating soybean oil, but this is going to be something that's packed in water, no olive oil on there either. So it's really going to be something that is just, again, we're going to be embracing foods in its most natural state. And, really, really exciting on what we're going to do here. And we got all those links and stuff like that inside of our private Facebook group. Of course, eggs are a cocoon for a baby chicken. It is a multivitamin. It contains all the vitamins and minerals a chicken needs to come to life. So eggs are definitely part of the carnivore plan. Bone broth. Ashley, are you going to give us a recipe for bone broth?
Yes, I'm going to give you a really tasty, easy recipe for bone broth.
Again, it's we've kind of given Ashley one of her easiest assignments because the foods here are, for a week, they're basic, they're Spartan foods, but we're going to get some amazing, amazing results. Again, imagine yourself a week into this. How you are going, it's not going to be easy, guys. It's not going to be easy, but we're going to be feeding you. You're going to be nourished. You're going to be breaking bad habits. We're going to be talking about that as well. You're going to come out in 7 days a different person. As far as how we're going to cook our foods, and we want to cook things as minimal as possible. We'll try and do things in the raw. We'll have recipes for you, and we'll talk about how we can make it safe. And this will be a very interactive group about how we're really taking the time. And I'm going to talk about, again, joining the group and how you can get access to it. Ghee, of course, is clarified butter, and we're going to allow that on our carnivore diet. And then animal cooking fats. So, Carrington, what do you think? Give me some of your favorite animal cooking fats.
Well, I don't want to scare people, but I love lard and beef lard, duck, like tallow and different lards are going to be what I want people to experiment with. And it's great because they're a lot more accessible than they used to be. There's a lot of companies and primal companies and different companies that make it easy to access now, but especially if you can get to a local farmer or a farmer's market and they supply that, that would be the best route to go to. But all of these animal fats are delicious, and we're going to be cooking with them.
Yeah, and we'll put those links into the private Facebook group. We'll make sure that all the people interested will have access to our recommendations, so they'll be able to prep for it ahead of time. And again, Carrington, tell me, obviously, how do we want to make sure we get if fat on this diet, and we want to make sure that the meats we try and find the fatty cuts. The organs, of course, can be fatty as well. If we do burgers, and I assume Ashley's going to create some amazing burger recipes. Again, they're going to be pretty darn simple. The main thing is going to be to secure preferably 80-20, where 20% is fat. The good news is it's cheaper, but it's a great way to get fat in. And then we're going to use some of these fats to cook with as well. And again, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if you were kind of spooning in some ghee if you were hungry for it. Bone broth is also going to be pretty fatty as well, so that'll be nice. And again, like the fattier cuts of fish will be okay in that realm.
Yeah.
And then what are we going to drink? We're going to drink water. We're going to drink water. Okay.
Yay.
All right. So it's interesting there are a lot of people who believe you really don't need much water, although we want people to drink water on this. But there is the theory that essentially you breathe oxygen, you get hydrogen from the food, especially fats that provide you that, and you make your own water. That is basic biochemistry, but I'm not going to delve into that too much. Let me give some people some other options if they don't want to go as strict as Dr. Jack and the health coaches. We want you to do this as much as possible, but we're going to let you off the hook a little bit if you're interested, okay?
Mm-hmm.
We've got avocado, coconut, olives. Again, everything's organic. This is high fat, very low carb proposition, so we maintain low carb. Our paleo ancestors would have eaten these foods. We can add in a little bit of green leafy vegetables and some of the brassicas if we want. We want to avoid things like cucumber, more sugary things, maybe like the beets, maybe like carrots. But, cucumber and stuff like that, anything with a seed can be higher on the lectin scale. That can cause more inflammation. So let's just try cleaning things out. If we're going to do something, if you need to get into here, green leafies and the brassicas, garlic and onion, of course, have tons of medicinal value. The spices, of course, and maybe Ashley will give us some of those recipes as well that contain a little bit of the spice in there. We won't go 100% onto the top, but we'll delve into a little bit of the spice action here. And then
I think that those things are great for flavoring. So kind of getting people comfortable with the meat or the fish without the spices and stuff. It could be a little bit of a challenge. And so those are ways what I want to say is that we will not be having you use those, you know, almost like paleo approved or keto approved kind of ingredients to make like tortillas and things like that. Like, this is going to be whole foods based. You're still going to feel carnivore-ish, even if we allow you to spice your meat. But, and so it's going to be, there's not going to be any processed anything or even baking or mixing or things like that. It's just whole foods.
And Ashley's going to make sure that we got plenty of portions as well. Now, each individual person, some will require more food, some will require less food, but the portions are going to be bigger. So that, you know, we may be sitting down and having a pound of ground beef for dinner or more. Some people may be less. And we're each going to have a little experiment on ourselves, but as part of the group, you're going to be able to really help dial this in, and we're going to be able to help you, and all of us together are going to be able to help each other achieve what we want to achieve. And again, we've seen people get some amazing results with this, and it's really super exciting. So what is not on our carnivore diet plan? Well, pretty much anything that a vegan would be eating is going to be off of our plan. And once again, we love animals. We cherish animals. We are talking about a healthy way to eat. We are talking about a 1-week cleanse, detox, and carnivore challenge is what it is. So the things that are not on our carnivore diet plan, of course, sugar is not on there, including honey. Now, if you want to extend this into longer, and we'll be talking about possibilities within our group about going longer on this or recurrent challenges, you can do raw honey at a later date, but not as part of this challenge here. And of course, there's 0 sugar otherwise. Vegetables are not on our carnivore diet plan on the top part that we talked about before. Fruit is definitely out. Definitely out. 0 fruit. Grain is out. There is no wheat, barley, rye. There is no corn. There is no gluten-free grains. Grain is out. Legumes, no beans, no soy. We're going to cut out the nuts and seeds for this one. Nuts and seeds are paleo food, but oftentimes they're flavored. We don't have much of a set point to stop eating nuts and seeds. Dairy sometimes is on some carnivore plans. It's not on our plan, at least this time around. Maybe sometime in the future we can incorporate raw dairy. Our paleo ancestors did not have raw dairy. They did not have regular dairy. They did not make cheese, butter, yogurt, or ice cream. Condiments are out because condiments like ketchup and mustard and stuff like that can all stoke, all make us overeat. They are unnatural. We're going to cut them out for this time around. And of course, there's no alcohol. Wow. Ladies, talk to me. Did we just cut out? Did we just lose everybody? Did everybody just drop off the webinar?
Still there?
Well, I mean, carnivore diet is essentially the most restrictive elimination diet, but that is why it's so healing. The old traditional elimination diet was actually just red meat and rice. So we're just eliminating the rice, but this is why people were able to identify underlying food sensitivities, to slow down immune response, to massively lower inflammation. And so, yeah, we are getting rid of everything, but that's why it works. That's why it's so healing, is because your body's responding to all that stuff.
Okay. So, we are getting some questions, as far as, can people do bulletproof coffee? You can do coffee with ghee. I'm okay with that. But we're going to cut out any kind of processed MCT oils. I'm not really into that. And the coffee we're going to recommend, of course, is Purity Coffee using the code Wolfson. No mold, all organic, tastes great, highest level of antioxidants. So I am okay with that. Me personally, Dr. Jack Wolfson, you ready for this, ladies? I'm giving up coffee for the week.
Ah!
Yes.
Yay.
Yes.
Yeah, we can do it too.
Yeah, we'll do it too.
Yeah.
Oh, you sure? Whoa, look at you two.
Yeah.
All right.
You might be a little
cool.
tired. No, we'll have so much
All right.
from
The
the
reset
diet.
of the diet.
Yeah.
And you know what? We're going to be there together. So we're going to get on like that first, Facebook Live in the morning, and it's going to be like, how do you feel without the coffee? That may be a large part of the Monday morning conversation, but we're going to be there to do it together. And maybe we'll all have headaches together. And maybe we're all going to have withdrawal symptoms together.
Detox symptoms, yeah.
Yes. No, we're not going to have detox symptoms. We're going to help people through any possible detox symptoms. We are there to help, and we're going to.
We're a group,
Okay.
yeah.
So we're talking about, joining your tribe here on doing this together. So this is the 7-day carnivore challenge. And look how good these young men and women look. We're all going to look like this. We're all going to look like this. You're out there. You said you've got issues with overweight. You feel fatigued. Look at these people. They're not overweight. They're not fatigued. And they are eating paleo foods. Now, someone asked before about how carnivore is different than paleo. Well, again, paleo was a lot more plant heavy and allowed for seasonal variation. We're talking about 7-day challenge that we are going to do this together. We're going to hold your hand on all of this. Okay, why are we doing this? Okay, why a 7-day challenge cleanse? 7 days is easy. Anybody can do anything for 7 days except for maybe not have water and hold your breath. So otherwise, everything else we can do 7 days. It's an easy time frame, so it makes it very appealing, for people to do. We can get measurable results in that 7 days, right? So we can see we lost weight, that we feel better. We can see that our pants, fit a lot easier, and we just feel lighter, and people will notice how our skin tightens up, how we just look more clear. You're going to get so many compliments by doing this. I'm so excited at what you're going to be able to achieve. We're going to break bad habits. I think the best thing about any kind of cleanse, where it's a water fast, a juice fast, a carnivore challenge, is that it breaks the habits of alcohol and sugar and carbs and foods we shouldn't be eating. And again, it's just like we're all, so many of us, myself included, have this coffee addiction, even though it's organic and there's so many benefits. Maybe I need a break too from this, and I'm ready to take that. I'm ready to join you on this challenge. And again, we're going to be able to celebrate your accomplishments. We're going to celebrate you getting this done. It's really going to be exciting and inspirational for so many people to see everybody's results. It's really going to be fantastic. So what is the challenge? 7 days. It's going to be 7 days of nutrition, and Ashley is going to help us outline what we're going to be eating, what the diet is all about, and we're going to try and find as much variety within that realm as what we can. And then we're also going to be, as you're part of the group, preparing for it. We're going to talk about a 7-day healthy lifestyle plan as well. And that's going to be inside the group. And I'm going to talk about that now, because it's not just about the food. We're going to really change our lifestyle and make a commitment to the 7 days as well. So joining the group is about the commitment to what you're doing. It's about having skin in the game. It's about letting you know and the world know that you're into this. And Jack Wolfson is included as well. And so are my health coaches. And so are so many of our patients, and so are you ready to join us. We're going to give you that support. You've got experts, Carrington, Ashley. They look really young, and they are really young, but they have a lot of experience guiding people through challenges like this and any other challenges that people want to discuss. And we're going to talk to you about how you get that individual attention. How we're going to do it. We're going to start on a Monday, and we're going to end the following Monday. So that following Monday, you can go ahead and break the challenge however you want to break it. And however you want to personally celebrate, that's up to you. I know myself, I'll be celebrating with a greens drink. I'll probably be celebrating with some of my Daily Defense protein detox powder, and probably a couple pieces of fruit. How do you think you two are going to celebrate? What do you think?
Well, I was going to say, are you going to go back to coffee, or are you going to...
I'll probably go back to purity coffee.
Yeah, we'll see, right? I think we'll probably all be pretty excited for that first cup of coffee.
Yeah,
So,
well, I mean, it's like, what's crazy though is you think you will be, but sometimes you enjoy the freedom from all that food so much that you're like, I don't even feel the need to go back. Like, I think that's the most surprising thing that ends up happening after things like this, is that you think you're going to count down the days, and then you start feeling so amazing that you don't want to go back to the way it was.
It's a great way to break bad habits. And I mean, listen, coffee has tremendous medicinal benefits. And we've all talked about that before. Yeah. But, you know, it's an addiction. It's definitely an addiction. So here we go. Okay. Prep your body before the start. Okay. And we're going to do daily Facebook Lives in the group. We're going to be doing posts on Facebook. We're going to be sending out emails. We're going to really stay interactive with our peeps. Okay, when are we going to do it? Are you ready for this, ladies and gentlemen? Are you ready? Check your calendar. Mark this down on your calendar. You're with us. You're joining us. It's going to take a little prep time. So those of you that are excited, don't jump into this tomorrow. We got to prep for it, so bear with me here. But we're going to start Monday morning, September 23rd is day 1, and then it ends Monday morning, September 30th. So again, celebrate however you want to celebrate, but you're going to celebrate because the accomplishment in how you feel, in how you look, in your mental psyche, everything is going to be better. So preparing for the challenge. In the time that you're listening to this right now, if you accept the challenge, I want you to get sunshine every day. Even if it's cloudy, get out in the light. The more of your body that's in the light, the healthier you're going to be. I want you to commit to getting to sleep earlier. If you go to sleep at midnight, make it 11. If you go to sleep at 11, make it 10. If you go to sleep at 10, so on and so forth. Get as much sleep as you can. Sleep lowers heart attack risk. Sleep improves your brain. Sleep lowers cancer risk. Our ancestors ate these foods. They went to sleep with the sun down and they woke before the sunrise. Try and embrace that as we gear up for this challenge, and certainly during the challenge. Detoxify your house. Look around your house, read some of our blog posts if you need, some of our videos, get the toxins, laundry detergent, fabric softener, dryer sheets, colognes, perfumes, air fresheners. Read some of our posts and start trying to get some of those toxins out of your house. We want you to drink plenty of quality water. We sell a water system. I love Pellegrino water in glass. Start working on getting the stress out of your life. We want this to be as stress-free of a challenge as possible. So if there's work-related issues, family-related issues, kick them down the canyon to October. Kick them down the road or get them out of your life. Okay, and then start the supplements protocol. And I'm going to talk to you about the supplements protocol, but I want to ask you, what do you think is the toughest item in the prep? So I'm going to go ahead and put together another poll here, and you're going to see that. What is the toughest task in the prep? 44 people are online right now, staying with us. They love the challenge idea. You're with us. You're there. Pay attention. Give me some votes. Come on, people. Let's go. What is the toughest task for you? Everybody seems to think they can get good sunshine and get outdoors. A couple people now, better sleep, detoxifying your home. Really? Detoxifying your home? That should be the easiest thing. That should be the easiest thing. Getting rid of family members, changing jobs, things like that about stress can be difficult. The toughest task, 2 people said the most difficult task is the supplement protocol. It's not going to be. I'm going to help you with this. We're going to help you. The coaches are going to help you. Anybody else with some last minute answers before I share this with you? Stress seems to be the highest thing. Detoxifying your home, better sleep. Those are really the big things. And I cannot think of 3 better people to handle these issues than Carrington, Ashley, and Christina, our health coaches, to be able to help you with this, right?
We got you. We're going to take care of you. We're going to help you with all of this stuff too.
We got this. You got this. You got this. We all, when I say we, like, we all got this. So this is some exciting stuff. Really exciting, okay? As you can tell, I'm pretty excited. All right, so what is the challenge, the preparation protocol regarding the supplements? And number one, we've got a bottle of our New Zealand grass-fed whey, shake mix, phase 1, phase 2, liver detoxifiers, phase 3 binders, vitamins, minerals, digestive enzymes are in there, probiotics are in there. If there's one supplement that people would take on a daily basis, this is the one to keep us healthy. But this is what we want to do. Normally we do 2 scoops a day in preparation for 1 week. Okay, so 1 bottle is going to supply 2 scoops 2 times per day. 2 scoops 2 times per day of the Daily Defense added to water. We're going to put you on the Paleo Multi, so you start getting used to the glands and the organs. And you can also take this particular product throughout the challenge. The Daily Defense you're not going to, but Paleo Multi you're going to. And then finally, we want to make sure that your pathways are moving, including your bowels. And this is where the Magna 5 comes in, 4 caps at bedtime. We want you doing that. And to make sure that you're regular, you may need to use this particular product inside of the cleanse as well. Inside of the challenge as well, you're going to have that. So if you want to purchase this alone, we got the link here for you, and we'll put the link into the chat box. Ashley, can you put that into the chat box for us? Okay, see if you can do that. So this is for the products here that we're going to use. But don't buy this yet. Just keep it handy, because we're going to include that in a package for you that's going to lead to your ultimate success. Okay, preparing for the challenge, you're going to have to hunt and gather the food. We're going to help you with that. Where to buy the food, what food to get, and how to store it, how to plan your meals. We got the meal planner for you. We got the recipe guide for you. We're going to tell you what products. We're going to recommend a blender. We're going to recommend a dehydrator should you choose to use those. We're going to talk about where we get the sardines, where we get the salmon, where we get the meats, all kind of options there. And again, we want to make sure your pathways are open through drinking lots of water, so you make urine, you take the magnesium, and make sure that you're having good bowel movements. Most people that go carnivore report that their bowel movements are excellent when they do things the right way with the right guidance. And then, of course, if you want to enjoy sauna or some kind of therapy to help make sure your skin pathways are open, even if you were to do something like a skin scrub brush just to open things up and increase blood flow to your skin. Now we've got the week of the challenge week. We want you to relax. This is part of getting the stress out of your life. Can you take a week off from work? It's okay if you can't, because you're not going to be hungry. You're going to be nourished. You're going to be getting nutrients in this tremendously. You're not going to be going hungry. This is not a diet. This is a carnivore challenge. So again, if you can do things like yoga, massage, going for a walk, and meditation, listening to music, just try and get all the stress out of your life for that week. During the week, of course, we want you to sleep. Again, we want you to start preparing to go to sleep earlier so your body can recover. When you're not sleeping and it's 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night, what are you doing? You're reaching for cereal. You're reaching for ice cream. I know it because I've done it. My health coaches have done it. We've been there, done that. Sunshine during the week is important. Again, get outside, get fresh air, get active outdoors. You don't have to do anything totally aggressive, but if you want to go outside for a walk, a hike, a light bike ride, a swim, a stand-up paddleboard, a kayak, whatever your thing is, get active outdoors. Again, I wouldn't do anything too aggressive during that week because you never know how your body is going to react. But you're going to be a changed person at the end of this. I want you to make sure you see your chiropractor at least once during that week, and go ahead and schedule a massage for that week as well. So you're going to prepare for this stuff. This is the stuff you're going to do during the week, and we're going to talk about this again within our Facebook group. So how are we going to do this together? How are you going to get your ultimate success? And this is how we're going to do it. This is what we call the 7-Day Carnivore Challenge package of how we get accountable and how we do this together again. And we can all do this together again. We've done this with our patients, but this is really going to be a big group effort for anybody who's interested. Before you start, you're going to do a one-on-one phone call with one of our health coaches and possibly even myself, because we've only got room for 50 people to do this challenge with us, because we got to prepare, we got to get you the kits, we got to do everything that we're doing, we got to get you the supplements, we got to get you into the group, all this stuff. We got to do this stuff really quickly. So we got a one-on-one phone call before the start date. That is worth $100 right there. You're going to have access to this private Facebook group, and you're going to have access for eternity. Now, that information you're going to be getting is worth volumes, because not only are you getting information from me, not only are you getting information from health coaches, but you're interacting with other people that are going through the same thing, and you have access to this forever, because we're going to be doing this as we go along in perpetuity. So whenever you're down and out, whenever you fall off the wagon, you can always come back in and you know, back into the group where you belong, and we're going to help you with that. Every morning, we're going to have additional stuff for you. Facebook Live every morning of the challenge, questions and answers, some real personal attention that you're going to have during that week, and questions and answers, and we're going to really make it special. We're going to tell you what we're going through, what we're feeling, what challenges we have, how we're dealing with it. And again, this is just part of this tribal building, and the word tribe gets used very frequently these days, but what better than a caveman carnivore tribe that we're building? I put the value at the 7-day recipe guide and meal planner at $20. Ashley is preparing it. She thinks it's worth a lot more than $20.
We were like, no, it's worth a lot more.
Listen, I mean, right? What is your health worth, guys? What is your health worth out there? To me, you're worth it. You know, to me, I love each and every one of you that is on this journey with me and my family and our tribe. I want to help you. So therefore, of course, it's clearly worth that. And then again, you get the three supplements. You get a bottle of the Daily Defense, you get the Paleo Multi, and you get the Magna 5. That is valued at $137. That is valued at $137. So if you click the link will close by tomorrow night, because again, we need to get started. If when we hit 50 people, it'll close. By tomorrow night, it'll close. We need to get everybody signed up and on board and committed. So check your calendars immediately. September 23rd. Make sure you're not out of country. If you are out of country, you better prep for this as well. But we're going to help you with that. Okay? Again, what is that Facebook group? You're going to be joining your tribe. You get the daily tips. Interact with other people, make new friends, community building, maybe as important as anything that we're talking about when it comes to health and wellness. Mm-hmm. We're going to help you find the supplies you need, ask the questions. If you want to post pictures, post some before pictures, post some after pictures, post a recipe that you created, a hack that you did, how you felt. This is supposed to be a week of tribe building. And again, we want you to post the results of how you did. Before and after pictures, what your weight went from, did you fit back into the skinny jeans, whatever it was. So when you commit to us, we will enter you into the group. And again, that's why we have to end this tomorrow night. So the sign up has to be done immediately. By tomorrow night, so we can get moving on scheduling you for the one-on-one with the coaches, get you the supplements that you need, get you the information that you need, and you can start securing the stuff to get this done. So we've only got 2.5 weeks to get this done, but we're going to do some great things in 2.5 weeks. So this would total up to $1,457. I want you to commit $297 for everything that's in there. You get all the supplements that are in there, which are absolutely fantastic. You get the one-on-one with the health coaches. You get the private Facebook group. We're going to handle all this inside of Facebook. If you're not part of Facebook, that's okay, because you still get the coaching, you still get the supplements, and you are also getting to get interaction with us as well as we go along. And what we'll probably do is we'll probably have a couple of Zoom webinars, just like we're doing right now, to make sure that you are on board and feeling good and part of the tribe and really exciting. But Facebook just happens to offer kind of the easiest and best meeting place for us to get this done. So $297. We got the link up there. Ashley is going to load this into the chat box So you can go ahead and click on that at any time. Again, we've only got room for 50 people. We've only got room for 50 people. So make sure you are one of the 50. Now, if you are one of the 50 and you attend every Facebook Live, and again, if you're not on Facebook, if you email us every day with updates, so if you're on the Facebook Live, if you interact with us every day, and you do a video testimonial at the end, I'm going to send you out a free test kit that we're going to send you to a local lab. You're going to get the Vibrant Micronutrient Panel, so you're looking at all the intracellular vitamins and minerals and glutathione and CoQ10 and intracellular vitamin K and intracellular magnesium. You know, we're going to look at amino acids. This is really such an exciting test. And then you're going to have the opportunity to go over it with me. Now, if you want, you can go over it with a health coach. That's up to you. I'll let you make the choice. If you got to talk to Carrington or Ashley or Christina, great. But if you want to go over it with me, that's my invitation to you. One lucky person will get this $499 value. This is just a cut and paste from our website. If you wanted to buy it right now, there it is. But it's going to be yours free for joining the group, okay, and then completing the tasks in the group. So being active every 7 days and then sending us a video testimonial about how you did, and we'll help you with all that. No stress, no stress, no stress. Okay, so how will you look and feel if you don't do this? What if you kick the can down the road? What if you say you're busy that week? What if you say you can't afford this? You can't afford not to. This is a tremendous opportunity for you to join the group and get this done. If you don't do it, how do you think you will look and feel on October 1st? The same as how you feel now. Like you said, no energy, fatigue, concerned about heart disease and dementia and cancer and energy. So this is your shot. This is your shot to do it and to do it successfully, and we are here to help. Now, this gentleman here, as I told you before, he came to see me. He was going to have gastric bypass surgery, and then 3 years later, I get a letter in the mail, and it said, "Dear Dr. Wolfson, I never had the surgery. I never had the gastric bypass surgery. I followed your nutrition recommendations, and here I am today." Let me go back there. Here I am today. Now, it took this gentleman 3 years to do it. It's going to take you, if you're not that weight, it's going to be a metamorphosis in 7 days. In 7 days, you're going to achieve these results that our patients have for so long. So again, here's what you get as part of the 7-day Carnivore Challenge package. It's over $1,400 in value for $297. A small fee to change your life. You get the products, you get the coaching, you get the individuality to it. You know, I mean, are you ready to become a different person? Are you ready to become a different version of you? Or do you want to be stuck in the same you?
Yeah.
What else can I say, ladies? I'm excited about it, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, Ashley wanted to talk about a patient that she had done this with that had cardiac issues.
Yeah, I mean, I had a patient that came to our practice, and he was actually a vegetarian, had a heart attack, had really bad cholesterol. So a lot of people wonder, they're like, should I be eating meat? Like, that's bad for cholesterol. Well, we're eating the right types of meat. We're going to have the best recipes for you with the right proportions of fat and protein. But, you know, he came, and so we talked about it. We did some testing. He had high inflammation, leaky gut, and we decided to commit to 6 weeks of carnivore diet as like a nice reset. So we did that. We retested, and needless to say, cholesterol levels improved from the damaged type to the healthy benign type, more HDL, more fat-soluble nutrients, which is why we love our micronutrient panel. We saw all these improvements, and it was really like a nice playing field to then transition into the paleo diet. Everything was improved, and it stayed improved as a result. So we love the carnivore diet. We've seen great results, and we're excited to do it with you guys.
Yeah, I mean, I think like what she said about that, it's enough of a reset to make it so the numbers don't ever go back there, you know, because we're kind of turning off all these inflammatory markers and really healing them. And so, and from a coaching standpoint, behaviorally, like Dr. Wolfson was talking about, you break these habits. It's like freedom. You're finally free of those addictions and those habits. And so you really can, after this point and all the coaching and all the prep we give you, carry on into, you know, this is finally the changing point for you, that after this things are different.
Yeah. You know, so many people, obviously, you know, we got a lot of people that are taking our Daily Defense product, and it's really an exciting product that we all built. You know, the Paleo Multi helps you get the organs and whatnot into your life, and it's a great, easy way to do so. It's not going to replace eating organs on the challenge. We want you to eat organs on the challenge. You know, and once again, you know, the magnesium, of course, everybody needs more magnesium anyway. So we're giving you $132 worth of the supplements, and we're just going to achieve some amazing, amazing results with this. And as you said, ladies, you know, the one-on-one phone call to really dive into people's individual issues. We can talk about the pharmaceuticals you're on. We can talk about the, you know, the surgeries that you've had, some of the challenges that you may anticipate. We're going to help you solve those challenges as well. So, you know, we'll be doing that as well. So Ashley put the links into this. We're going to send out an email replay of this video with the links that'll be in the email as well. And let me see if anybody has some other last minute questions here. Sandy, we want to do the organs. Is beef better than pork? Beef is good. Pork is good. What's nice about pork is that it tends to be fattier, which is good. As far as somebody mentioned about standard process organic food supplements, I would ask you to cut those out during the cleanse. Other supplements, I think that you know, this is probably a good comment, you know, thing that you'll discuss with one of the health coaches as far as the other supplements. You know, prescriptions, that's up to you and your doctor to discuss. That's a whole different issue and something that we can probably touch on a little bit in the coaching call. As far as other supplements are concerned, you know, I think it could be a good supplements break for you. I think it really could. Facebook is not the only way to participate. You can also participate by email, by Zoom webinar, just like you're doing right now. And, you know, once again, you know, some people have had issues with liver gallbladder. And I think, you know, once again, we can help support people through these liver gallbladder issues if they're having them. But I think this is a great way to detox that gallbladder as well. So there you go.
You can definitely do this without a gallbladder. We can help you through that, figuring that out.
Yes.
Not a contradiction for the carnivore diet.
Okay. You know, so once again, and as far as, you know, it's not necessarily a higher fat, but I think, you know, once again, I think the carbs is what causes people to have trouble digesting the fats if they don't have a gallbladder. This is going to be very healthy and healing to the gallbladder. People that, you know, someone said about having issues with whey. If you want a different protein, we can do that. But the whey protein that we developed, I think you'll be fine for the week of it, unless you're allergic to whey. That's a different story. But the Daily Defense is the best and cleanest product on the market. It's very effective, so you'll want that. So one person said that they thought that it was already, totally worth it at $1,500. It's not. We got it for you at $297. Can you exercise while doing this challenge? Yes, yes, and yes. But again, you got to be a little careful because this is going to be a little different, and you want to really listen to your body on this one. We got the links into the chat box, so you got that. Wild Alaskan canned salmon, yes, yes, and yes. There you go. What else can I tell you? highly allergic to whey. If you're allergic to whey, email us and we'll send you out something different than our product. We have a different product that we've used before called OptiCleanse GHI. It's different, but it's still very effective. Mark says it's all easy. Mark's done this. Mark, we've talked about before. Mark's lived this, and he's had tremendous success. So he's a great spokesman for this. And should I be concerned? I think everyone's concerned about the gallbladder. Carrington, what do you think about, once again, kind of allay everybody's fears regarding the gallbladder?
Well, first of all, a lot of these concerns, this is why Dr. Wolfson designed it to have the one-on-one phone call before, so we can be very individualized with you. So you're not just joining the group and following everything everyone does. If there's special modifications we need to make, that's what that call is for, to answer your questions, but then also say, okay, hey, maybe we need to add some digestive enzymes or have you do some apple cider vinegar or things like that will help support it. But most of the time when you're having protein and fat and you're not having any carbs, you're signaling to the body to release enzymes and betaine for just that. When we're mixing meals, like the latest research is showing that if, let's say you had a high protein breakfast, but then you had a high carb lunch, by the time you go to digest that lunch, your body's still creating enzymes for that high protein meal, and it kind of switches. So when we switch to eating all carnivore like this with the high fat and the high protein, the body it's essentially a very simplified process for the body, and it stimulates bile production. So bile will be flowing really well instead of getting really sludgy and thick in the liver, which is what happens on a high carb diet because it's not really dumping because it doesn't need to. If you don't have a gallbladder, there might be some additional things we add in to help you so that we get really that rush of bile or digestive enzymes right when the meal hits. But for the most part, you should have no problem digesting it.
Okay, very good. So, and that's all phenomenal advice. So I'm going to wrap it up. Some person said, as far as, is this good for type 1 diabetics all day long? And the evidence is in the literature. And then as far as uncooked meat, we're good with uncooked meat. I wouldn't do uncooked ground beef unless you ground it yourself. I would not eat ground beef, even organic grass-fed, if it was pre-ground, only if I ground it myself. So there you go. All right, we are going to sign out. We are going to wait to see everybody sign up. Remember, by tomorrow night, we got a maximum room for 50 people. Make sure you sign up ASAP for the Carnivore Challenge, and we will see you live in the Facebook group. And just so excited again to see you all in the future. Best of health to you.
Come join us.
You got it. Thank you, ladies.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.